Okay, here's our video on negative exponents, part 2, and we'll also talk about positive and negative fractions with exponents. Alright, so here's just going over with negative exponents. Remember, when we have a negative exponent, we want to make a fraction, whatever the base is, we're going to put the base in the denominator. We'll bring the negative 3 down, it becomes positive. Okay, so this is an exponential form, and if I told you on a quiz I want it in standard form, then you just have to solve it, and it'd be 125. So let's look at one with a fraction. Let's say we had 1/4. We always want to put the fractions in parentheses, and we had to the negative third power, let's say. So this is the same as if it was an integer. That's the base. We want to make a fraction, so we're going to make a complex fraction. We're going to have 1 over 1/4. Simply, that's all you have to do. So this negative 3 again goes in the denominator and becomes positive. Don't forget the parentheses. So this is just 1/4 cubed. And so 1/4 cubed is just 1/4 times 1/4 times 1/4. That's all it is. Okay, so 1/4 cubed is 1 over 1 over 64. So again, we have our division here. This means division. Remember, fractions are divisions. So this is 1 over 1 over 64. So you're saying 1 divided by 1 over 64. And you know with division, what do? We flip it, turn it to multiplication. So that's our answer, just 64. There we go. Okay, let's try one yourself. What if I had, let's say, 1/3 to the negative third power? Try that one. Okay, so again, we're going to make a fraction, a complex fraction here. Put the parentheses. Bring the negative 3 down, and it becomes positive. So now we have, we'll bring this up over here. We have 1 divided by 1 over 27. Because 1/3 times 1/3 times 1/3 is 1 over 127. Now you know this answer is going to be 27. By now you probably figured it out. But to show on a quiz all your work, it's 1 divided by 1 over 27. You can put 1 over 1 if you want. And we know that this turns into 1 times 27 over 1, or just 27. And our answer is just 27. So that's if we have negative exponents with fractions. So I had 1/3 to the negative fourth power. How would you do something like that? Okay, well, we know we're making a complex fraction. We're bringing the 1/3 into the denominator. We're taking a negative 4 and we're making it positive. And there we go. So now we're saying 1/3 times 1/3 times 1/3 times 1/3. So what will we get? Okay, so this will be 1 divided by 1 over 81. And by now you can see that this would be, the answer would be 81, because you're saying 1 divided by 1 over 81. And again, we turn it to multiplication and we flip it. So it's 81 over 1. The answer is just 81. Now let's say you had to make an expression. Not an equation, but an expression. Erase this out here. So let's say you wanted to make an expression for 6 to the negative third power. You had to make an expression in multiplication and division. Well, I did it in multiplication for you, because we know that we're going to bring the 6 into the denominator and put the negative 3 into the denominator as positive. So it's 1 over 6 to the third power in exponential form. In repeated multiplication, this is the expression, 1/6 times 1/6 times 1/6. So that's multiplication. Now division, it would turn out to be this. It would be 1 divided by 6 divided by 6 divided by 6. That's the division expression. So how do we get this? So let me explain that. So bring this up here. So this is what we had, 1 divided by 6 divided by 6 divided by 6. That's the answer. And we got that because we said 1 over 6 to the third power in multiplication is 1/6 times 1/6 times 1/6. Now what is 1/6 as a fraction? It's division. 1/6 is division. So when you're saying 1/6 divided by 6 over 1, what do you do with that? 1/6 divided by 6 over 1. Division, you flip. You always flip division. And it becomes 1/6 times. Remember, you flip it, so now it's 1/6. So you see how in division you can flip it, it becomes 1/6. So we had 1 divided by 6 divided by 6, which becomes 1/6 when you multiply. So now we're looking at 1 divided by 6 divided by 6, and it keeps going, because if you do another divided by 6, you have to flip it again and you get 1/6. Okay, just remember that it's the reason why we have it is because we flip, we get the reciprocal in division. So again, 1/6 times 1/6 times 1/6 in multiplication becomes 1 divided by 6, there it is, 1 divided by 6, divided by 6, divided by 6. So we have 1 divided by 6, divided by 6 over 1, and we know 6 over 1 becomes 1/6 times 1/6, and so forth. So there's our expression. Now there's one other thing we should go over. It's about that negative exponent. If you see a negative exponent, let's just put x for now, a negative exponent in the denominator, in the numerator, you have to bring it down into the denominator. So x to the negative third will go down into the denominator. If you saw a negative already in the denominator, it has to go into the numerator. So they have to flip. So this answer would actually be x5, x3. So anytime you see a negative exponent, put it in the opposite area of the fraction. Since it's negative here, you're going to bring it up to the numerator and make it positive. If it's negative in the numerator, bring it down to the denominator. So what do you think this answer would be? Let's say I had x to the negative second over x to the negative seventh. Negative second goes to the denominator. Negative seventh goes to the numerator. There we go. Okay, great job.